On the west bank of the Nile, opposite Luxor, lies the Theban necropolis, a city of the dead that has fascinated the world for centuries. Here, pharaohs of Egypt's new kingdom chose their final resting places, with monumental tombs and temples rising from the desert. Among these, one complex stands out for its preservation and dramatic history, Medinet Habu. Medinet Habu's heart is the mortuary temple of Ramesses III. Its towering pylons and decorated halls dominate the landscape. Built as a temple of millions of years, it was meant to secure the king's legacy and union with the gods. Its walls vividly recount Egypt's struggle against the Sea Peoples, mysterious raiders who threatened to plunge the world into chaos. Here, Ramesses III is immortalized as the savior of Egypt, his victories carved in stone. The mortuary temple of Ramesses III is the last monumental temple of the new kingdom, a final statement of Egypt's power and artistry. Modelled after the Ramesseum, it was both a reassurance to his people and a warning to his enemies. By echoing his predecessor Ramesses the Great, Ramesses III claimed his place in a legacy of greatness. The temple stands as a bridge to Egypt's glorious past during a time of crisis. Medinet Habu's temple is unique for its fortress-like design, with double walls and a Syrian-style migdal gate. Built during an age of turmoil, its defences reflect the anxieties of the era: famine, invasion and collapse. The reliefs show Ramesses III defending Egypt from Sea Peoples and Libyan tribes. The temple was both sanctuary and stronghold, embodying the pharaoh's role as Egypt's protector. The temple's walls are a vast historical record, over 7,000 square meters of reliefs. They chronicle not just battles, but ceremonies and daily life, making Medinet Habu a treasure trove for Egyptologists. The Sea People's wars are depicted in detail, showing the chaos and heroism of Egypt's defense. Without these carvings, much of this pivotal history would be lost. The name Medinet Habu is layered with history. Arabic for City of Habu, possibly linked to a Coptic saint or the deified architect Amenhotep, son of Hapu. His cult's influence may have given the site its enduring name. Ironically, the temple of a warrior king may bear the name of a wise scribe and builder. Medinet Habu's identity reflects centuries of adaptation and memory. Before Ramesses III, this land was sacred as Gemme, the site where creation myths placed the burial of the Ogdoad, 8 primordial gods. Early temples here honoured the creator god Amun, drawing royal patronage for centuries. Ramesses III built his temple atop this holy ground, absorbing its ancient power. In doing so, he linked his legacy to the very origins of creation and renewal. For centuries, Medinet Habu was buried and forgotten, until Napoleon's expedition brought it to light. Artist Vivant Denon was among the first Europeans to document its grandeur, sketching its ruins and reliefs. His work revealed the temple's scale and artistry to Europe, sparking new fascination with ancient Egypt. Denon's illustrations became the world's first glimpse of this lost masterpiece. Decades later, Jean-François Champollion, who deciphered hieroglyphs, visited Medinet Habu. He could finally read the temple's inscriptions, identifying Ramesses III and the stories of the Sea Peoples. With Champollion, the temple's silent walls became a living historical narrative. Medinet Habu's voice was restored after millennia of silence. The approach to the temple is pure pharaonic propaganda. Colossal pylons show Ramesses III smiting his enemies. Inside, the first court features Osiride statues of the king, symbolizing his divine and eternal role. The royal palace connects directly to the temple, merging the king's earthly and divine identities. From the window of appearances, the pharaoh addressed his people, blending power and piety. Medinet Habu remains a testament to the enduring might and mystery of ancient Egypt. The second pylon of Medinet Habu marks the gateway to the temple's sacred heart. Stepping through, you enter the second court, where the atmosphere shifts to religious solemnity. This perfectly preserved peristyle court, surrounded by colonnades, feels secluded and sacred. The walls are alive with vibrant reliefs, depicting grand religious festivals and processions. Beyond lies the Hypostyle hall, its massive columns evoking awe. As you move deeper, the temple narrows and darkens, drawing you closer to the divine. Medinet Habu's walls are more than architecture. They're a vivid chronicle of history. The northern wall's dramatic reliefs show Ramesses III's epic battle against the Sea Peoples. These scenes are breathtaking in detail and scope. We see Egyptian soldiers, fierce battles, and the only large-scale sea battle from the New Kingdom. Artists carefully depicted the Sea Peoples like the feathered Peliset and horned Sheridan. Without these reliefs, our knowledge of this pivotal moment would be almost lost. Attached directly to the southern wall of the Mortuary temple's first court lies the faint footprint of a building that served a very different purpose, the royal Palace of Ramesses III. While only the low stone foundations remain today, they map out a complex that was once a vibrant centre of courtly life. This was the pharaoh's official residence when he was in Thebes, a place for ceremony, administration, and personal relaxation. Its direct connection to the temple was highly symbolic, creating a seamless link between the king's mortal, administrative role and his divine, eternal persona. From here, he could move between his worldly duties and his sacred obligations without ever leaving the sanctity of the fortified enclosure, a physical representation of his dual nature. The palace was constructed primarily of mud brick, which well explains its poor state of preservation compared to the stone temple it adjoined. However, archaeological excavations have revealed a great deal about its layout and function. It contained audience halls, private apartments for the royal family, bathrooms and bedrooms. A key feature was the window of appearances, a raised balcony that opened into the temple's first court. From this window, the pharaoh would appear before his subjects, soldiers and courtiers gathered below. It was a stage for the pageantry of kingship, a place from which Ramesses III could bestow honours upon loyal officials and display the spoils of war, reinforcing his status as the supreme and generous ruler of the land of Egypt. Just outside the eastern high gate of the main enclosure lie a series of small, beautifully decorated chapels that add another important historical layer to the site. These are the Sait chapels, which served as the tombs for the gods' wives of Amun from the 25th and 26th dynasties, a period centuries after Ramesses III. These powerful women were high priestesses of the Amun cult who held immense religious and political authority in Thebes. Figures like Amanirdiss I, Shepenwepet II, and Nitocris I chose to be buried here to be close to the sacred ground of Djemme and the primeval gods, continuing the site's tradition as a place of immense spiritual gravity and prestige for Egypt's elite. These tomb chapels are exquisite examples of the art and architecture of the late period, which often looked back to older styles for inspiration. They are like miniature temples, complete with their own courtyards, offering halls and burial chambers. The quality of the relief carving is exceptionally fine, showcasing a delicate and precise style that stands in contrast to the bolder work of Ramesses III's era. The survival of these chapels demonstrates that Medinet Habu remained a focal point for worship and elite burial long after the New Kingdom had ended. It was a place whose sanctity and importance endured through the changing fortunes of dynasties, continually attracting the powerful and pious to its hallowed ground. The story of Medinet Habu does not end with the fall of the pharaohs or the burials of the high priestesses. As the ancient Egyptian religion waned, a new faith began to spread across the Nile Valley Christianity. During the Coptic period, from roughly the 4th to the 7th centuries AD, the massive fortified enclosure of Ramesses III's temple offered a perfect sanctuary. Its high walls provided security in an often unstable world, and its expansive courts and halls offered ready-made spaces for a new community to inhabit. The site, once known as Djemme, became a thriving Coptic town, one of the most significant Christian centres in the Theban region. The ancient temple was given a new lease on life, its purpose radically transformed. This later settlement left a profound mark on the monument. The residents built their mud brick houses and workshops directly within the temple's courtyards, their simple dwellings leaning against the colossal hieroglyph-covered walls. Soot from their cooking fires blackened the ceilings of ancient halls, and doorways were cut into sacred chapels. Most dramatically, the great second court, the Court of the Feasts, was converted into a large Christian basilica. Columns were rearranged and an altar was erected. The vibrant reliefs depicting pharaonic festivals were covered over with plaster and painted with images of Christian saints, a powerful symbol of one world being built directly upon the foundations of another, a new sacred narrative overwriting the old one. Medinet Habu is far more than a collection of ancient ruins. It is a living chronicle of human history, where echoes of empires and faiths converge. Its story begins on a sacred mound, finds power in the ambition of Ramesses III, and endures through centuries of change. The mortuary temple stands as a defiant roar from the New Kingdom, its walls preserving the dramatic saga of the Sea Peoples and the Pharaoh's legacy. Here we walk the same processional paths as the ancients, surrounded by stories carved in stone. Medinet Habu's layers, from pharaohs to Coptic Christians, reveal a place never abandoned, always repurposed. Its legacy is survival of a kingdom, a king's name, and a sacred ground that endures as a silent witness to the rise and fall of civilizations. Today, Medinet Habu inspires as a timeless monument to the resilience of the human spirit, a story written in stone for the world to read. In the sands of time, few figures emerge with such clarity as Queen Nefertiti. Her name echoes through millennia. She is an icon, a face recognized across the globe. Her image, captured in a breathtaking bust, has become synonymous with ancient Egypt. It speaks of refined beauty and regal poise. This is the story of a ruler at the heart of a revolutionary era during the 18th dynasty. She was more than just the wife of a pharaoh, she was his partner. Together, she and Akhetaten challenged their society, embarking on a cultural and religious revolution. Her life is a tapestry woven with threads of power, love, political intrigue and deep mystery. To understand Nefertiti is to journey back to a world on the brink of transformation. Nefertiti's life is a captivating mystery. Her origins are debated by historians and archaeologists. She appeared as the great royal wife of Pharaoh Akhetaten. Was she a foreign princess or an Egyptian noblewoman? Records are silent. As queen, she wielded unprecedented influence, depicted in powerful positions. This signaled her unique status in the new religious and political order. She vanished abruptly from the historical record. What happened to her? This silence fuels speculation, leaving us to wonder about her final act. To truly understand Nefertiti, we must embark on a journey back in time. We will travel to the heart of the 18th dynasty, an era of opulence and empire building that created the perfect stage for her rise. We will explore the world she was born into, a land governed by a complex pantheon of gods and a powerful priesthood that had held sway for centuries. It was a world of rigid tradition and divine order, a structure that Nefertiti and her husband were destined to challenge in the most dramatic fashion imaginable, setting in motion a revolution that would change Egypt forever. Our story will follow her marriage to the young pharaoh, Akhetaten, a visionary and a heretic. Together, they turned their backs on the ancient gods of Thebes. They championed a new faith, Atenism, which worshipped a single universal deity, the Aten, represented as the life-giving disk of the sun. We will witness the creation of a new capital city, Akhetaten, the horizon of the Aten built from scratch in the desert. Here, in this grand experiment, Nefertiti was not just a queen, she was a high priestess, a divine intermediary between the Aten and humanity, alongside her husband. We will delve into the contentious debate surrounding her later years. Did Nefertiti rule Egypt in her own right after her husband's death? We will examine the evidence for a female pharaoh known as Neferuaten, who reigned briefly before the famous boy king, Tutankhamun, took the throne. Could this mysterious ruler have been Nefertiti, adopting a new name to legitimize her reign as king? This is one of the most hotly contested issues in modern Egyptology, a puzzle that, if solved, could rewrite our understanding of royal succession and female power in the ancient world. Finally, we will explore her enduring legacy. From the search for her lost tomb to the ongoing scientific quest to identify her mummy, the story of Nefertiti is far from over. She has become a timeless symbol of beauty, power, and female strength, an ancient queen whose influence resonates powerfully in our modern world. Join us as we uncover the story of her life, separate fact from fiction, and attempt to solve the enduring mysteries surrounding Nefertiti, the beautiful one, the Queen of the Nile, and perhaps the female pharaoh of Egypt. To understand Nefertiti, we must first understand her world. Nefertiti was born into the 18th dynasty of Egypt, the New Kingdom. This was an empire at the absolute peak of its power and influence. Warrior pharaohs had expanded Egypt's borders, creating a vast dominion. This was an age of unprecedented prosperity, where immense wealth flowed into the royal coffers. The society Nefertiti entered was one of supreme confidence and stability, built upon centuries of tradition and a deeply ingrained religious system. A vast pantheon of gods and goddesses governed every aspect of daily life. The priests wielded enormous political and economic power. Their influence was second only to that of the pharaoh himself. Nefertiti's future husband was the son of Pharaoh Amenhotep III. The reign of Amenhotep III represented the zenith of this golden age. His court was the most opulent in the world. He commissioned magnificent temples. This was the glittering world that Nefertiti was destined to enter and ultimately to help overturn. This was a world defined by Ma'at, the divine principle of order. The pharaoh's primary duty was to uphold Ma'at. The art and architecture were all designed to reflect this perfect order. It was into this civilization that Nefertiti arrived, a woman whose destiny was intertwined with a man who would soon decide that a radical new vision was required for Egypt. Around 1353 BC, Nefertiti became the great royal wife of Pharaoh Amenhotep IV, placing her at the center of Egyptian power. As queen, she was an essential partner in the divine kingship. From the beginning, it was clear this would be a powerful partnership. Inscriptions emphasized the Aten, represented as a solar disk. Nefertiti and Amenhotep IV had 6 daughters. Amenhotep IV and Nefertiti made their family life a central theme. This public display of affection presented the royal family as the sole conduit to the divine. Nefertiti was the female principle of the divine, balancing her husband. She is depicted at nearly the same scale as her husband, a clear visual statement of her elevated status. Around his 5th year, the pharaoh took a radical step. He changed his name from Amenhotep to Akhetaten, declaring war on the old religious order. Akhetaten rejected the powerful priesthood and elevated the Aten above all others. This was the dawn of a religious revolution, and Nefertiti was his most ardent supporter. Thebes was no longer a suitable capital. Akhetaten and Nefertiti chose a virgin site in the desert and founded a new city dedicated to the Aten. They called it Akhetaten, known today as Amarna. With the new city came a revolutionary new art style, characterized by naturalism and emotional expression. Nefertiti, with her famous beauty, became the chief subject of this new aesthetic. In the City of the Sun, Nefertiti stood side by side with her husband, 2 living gods on earth. At the heart of this revolution stood Akhetaten, a visionary, and to the old guard, a dangerous heretic. He believed the universe was governed by the Aten, a radical departure from Egypt's complex pantheon. He was attempting to erase all the other gods. By his side stood Nefertiti, his great royal wife, a true believer in this disruptive project. She's shown as a leading figure in the new cult, a powerful force in her own right. Together they presented themselves as the sole intermediaries between humanity and the Aten. By challenging the old gods, they were directly challenging the powerful priesthood of Amun-Ra. It was a high-stakes gamble that would set in motion a chain of events that would define their reign and their legacy. Atenism was a faith stripped of complex mythology and animal-headed deities. The Aten was the sun itself, the source of light, warmth and life. This was a shift from a national religion to a universal one for all of humanity. The theology is expressed in the great hymn to the Aten, speaking of the sun disk as a universal creator. Life was to be lived in the light of the sun, under the guidance of the royal family. The only path to the Aten was through Akhetaten and Nefertiti, making the royal family more powerful. This placed Nefertiti in a position of unprecedented spiritual authority. Families were encouraged to worship the royal family at small domestic shrines. The love between Akhetaten and Nefertiti became the metaphor for the Aten's love for its creation. Never before in Egyptian history had a queen been depicted with such prominence and authority. In the art of Amarna, Nefertiti is almost always present, a constant companion to her husband. She is shown at a scale equal to his, a deliberate visual statement of her importance. This was a radical break from tradition, where queens were typically shown as smaller, subordinate figures. Here, Nefertiti stands as a partner, a co-ruler who shares in the pharaoh's divine status and kingly duties. Her power was not merely reflected from her husband, it was inherent and celebrated. The evidence for her power is startling and unambiguous. On the walls of temples, she is shown performing roles that were once the sole prerogative of the king. Most remarkably, there are depictions of Nefertiti smiting the enemies of Egypt, a classic pharaonic pose symbolizing the triumph of order over chaos. To see a queen adopting this powerful, violent imagery was revolutionary. It suggests that her role was not confined to the religious sphere, but extended into the political and military authority of the state. She was not just a priestess, she was a ruler, embodying the power of the throne itself. Her titles and epithets further underscore her unique position. She was called Lady of the Two Lands, a title usually associated with the king and mistress of Upper and Lower Egypt. In the new city of Akhetaten, she had her own large palace and a sunshade temple, known as the Maru Aten, dedicated to her. It seems she was worshipped there, alongside her husband and the Aten. Inscriptions reveal that she was seen as the sweet-voiced counterpart to Akhetaten, whose soothing presence calmed the god and brought blessings upon the land. She was an active and essential component of the New World Order. Furthermore, Nefertiti's role as the mother of 6 daughters was central to the state ideology. The succession of the dynasty depended on her children. Her daughters, particularly the eldest, Meritaten and Ankhesenpaten, were also given prominent roles in court life and religious ritual. This focus on the female line was another unusual aspect of the Amarna period. It created a powerful matriarchal presence at the heart of the royal court, with Nefertiti as its head. Her influence was woven into the very fabric of the political, religious and family life of the Amarna revolution. To house their revolution, they built Akhetaten, the horizon of the Aten in the empty desert. Unlike cramped cities like Thebes, Akhetaten was open with temples designed to let the sunlight pour in. Everything about the city was designed to serve the Aten. The city contained everything needed for the Egyptian state to function, from palaces to workshops. For a brief period, Akhetaten was the vibrant heart of the Egyptian empire. Each day, Akhenaten and Nefertiti would process along the royal road to perform rituals to the Aten. But this perfect city was built on a fragile foundation, dependent on Akhenaten and Nefertiti. While the sun shone on Akhetaten, shadows were gathering. The city of the sun disk was destined to have a short, tragic history. For years, Nefertiti stood at the pinnacle of power, her image inscribed across Amarna. Then something changes. The vibrant queen begins to fade from the historical record. What caused this sudden disappearance? The simplest explanation: Nefertiti had died, perhaps a victim of plague. Another theory suggests a dramatic falling out or a political disagreement. A third, more extraordinary possibility: what if she ascended to an even greater height? Some believe she transformed, took on a new identity and continued to rule. In the chaotic final years of Akhenaten's reign, the historical record becomes cloudy. The pharaoh himself dies around his 17th year on the throne, leaving a precarious power vacuum. The revolution he started had turned much of the country against him, and the question of succession was critical. In this moment of uncertainty, a new ruler appears in the official records. This ruler is a mysterious figure, a pharaoh who reigned for a very short time, perhaps only 2 or 3 years, between Akhenaten and the famous boy king, Tutankhamun. The throne name of this ruler was Ankheperur. The identity of this pharaoh is one of the greatest puzzles in all of Egyptian history. To complicate matters, this ruler used different personal names. Sometimes the name is Smenkhkare, who seems to have been a male co-regent of Akhenaten. At other times, however, the throne name Ankheperur is associated with a different personal name, Neferneferuaten. This name, which means beautiful are the perfections of the Aten, is strikingly similar to Nefertiti's own full name, Neferneferuaten Nefertiti. This similarity is too great to be a coincidence, and it forms the basis of a truly revolutionary theory about the succession. The evidence becomes even more compelling when we look at the grammar. In some versions of the pharaoh Neferneferuaten's cartouche, there are feminine indicators within the hieroglyphs. It is as if the scribes were struggling with how to write the name of a female who had taken on the titles of a male king. Furthermore, some epithets used for this pharaoh, such as effective for her husband, make little sense for a male ruler, but would be perfectly fitting for a queen who had succeeded her husband. The clues, scattered across different artifacts, seem to point in one astonishing direction: that the pharaoh Neferneferuaten was a woman. Artifacts from Tutankhamun's tomb provide more tantalizing hints. Many of the objects in his famously lavish burial were not originally made for him. They were inherited or repurposed from his immediate predecessors. Among these items are objects inscribed with the name of the pharaoh Neferneferuaten. Some of these objects, when studied closely, appear to have been originally created for a woman before being adapted for a male king. All of these tangled threads The similar name, the feminine grammar, the repurposed objects lead us to one primary and very famous suspect for the identity of this mysterious female pharaoh. Could Queen Nefertiti and the enigmatic pharaoh Neferuaten be the same person? Some scholars believe so. The theory suggests Nefertiti became pharaoh in her own right, adopting a new royal name and ruling as king, much like Hatshepsut before her. This would explain her sudden disappearance as queen and the feminine traces in Neferuaten's titles. It implies Akhetaten elevated Nefertiti to co-ruler, preparing her for sole kingship. Not all agree. Some argue Neferuaten was a daughter or a male relative, and the evidence remains fragmentary. The debate is fierce, with clues that are ambiguous and open to interpretation. Yet the idea of King Nefertiti is compelling, fitting her pattern of breaking tradition and wielding power. If true, she would have steered Egypt through turmoil after Akhenaten's death, bridging the Amarna era and the restoration under Tutankhamun. This would make her not just a legendary queen, but one of history's most remarkable female rulers. Nefertiti's possible reign as pharaoh remains one of Egypt's greatest mysteries. Whoever ruled after Akhenaten, their reign was brief and marked by dramatic change. Amarna's religious revolution faltered, and the old priesthood waited to reclaim power. Foreign policy suffered, and Akhenaten's death left his vision vulnerable. The new pharaoh, possibly Neferuaten, began reconciling with the old guard and priesthood. The court abandoned Amarna, returning to Thebes, a clear admission of failure. Within a generation, Amarna was deserted, its memory erased by later pharaohs. Akhenaten and his family's names were chiseled from monuments, their temples dismantled. If Nefertiti ruled as pharaoh, she presided over the undoing of her own revolution. Her final act may have been leading Egypt back to the old gods and ways. With Amarna's fall, Nefertiti vanishes from history, leaving only questions. The dream ended, but her enigma endured. After Amarna's fall, Nefertiti's fate is lost to history. No records reveal her end or burial. Her tomb remains undiscovered. Archaeologists have searched from Amarna to the Valley of the Kings, hoping for a clue. Theories abound. Did she die as queen or as pharaoh, and was her tomb destroyed or hidden? The Amarna legacy's erasure means any trace of her was a target for destruction. No funerary objects or tombs bear her name as a deceased queen. For such a prominent figure to vanish so completely is extraordinary. The search continues, using science and re-examined finds, hoping to find Nefertiti, perhaps under another name, or none at all. Her disappearance remains one of Egyptology's most tantalizing mysteries. The hunt for Nefertiti often centers on unidentified royal mummies. In 1898, Victor Loret found 3 anonymous mummies in KV 35. One, the younger lady, was once thought to be Nefertiti. DNA tests revealed she was Akhenaten's sister and Tutankhamun's mother, ruling out Nefertiti. Another lead, 2 unidentified women in KV 21, one possibly Tutankhamun's wife and Nefertiti's daughter. Identifying her daughter could help extrapolate Nefertiti's DNA, offering a new path. Science is complex, but hope remains. In 2015, Nicholas Reeves proposed that Tutankhamun's tomb hides a sealed chamber, possibly Nefertiti's intact tomb. Radar scans have been inconclusive, but the theory persists. Nefertiti may lie just beyond a wall, waiting to be found. The search for her remains is as alive as ever. Nefertiti's legacy endures, even as her fate remains unknown. Her iconic bust is one of the world's most recognized images, symbolizing beauty, power, and grace. She's become a global icon and a symbol of female empowerment. Nefertiti held real authority, possibly even ruling as pharaoh. Her story is celebrated as that of a trailblazer who shaped her own destiny. The mystery of her end only adds to her allure. Each new theory keeps her story alive and evolving. Nefertiti's life was one of transformation. Queen, possible pharaoh, and enduring legend. Her name means the beautiful one has come, and her legacy shines as brightly as ever. She remains a powerful, mysterious queen whose story continues to inspire. We began with the image of a queen whose beauty captivated the world. But Nefertiti was far more. She was a woman of power, substance, and revolutionary spirit. As great royal wife, she was an active partner in reshaping Egypt. Her influence is clear in art and history, depicting her as her husband's equal. The theory that she became Pharaoh Nefertiti adds a dramatic climax to her story. If true, she joined the rare ranks of female kings, guiding Egypt through upheaval. Whether as queen or pharaoh, her significance is undeniable. Nefertiti's journey from revolutionary queen to enduring icon proves her legacy is as timeless as her famous image. Her story continues to fascinate and inspire, echoing through history. Nefertiti's legacy is linked to the revolution she and Akhetaten championed. The Amarna period was ultimately a failure. The dream of a world united in worship could not survive its founders. Akhetaten was abandoned, the old gods were restored, and a campaign was launched to erase the memory of the heretic king and his family. For centuries this campaign was successful, yet a legacy cannot be so easily erased. The very act of attempting to destroy it created a mystery. The dismantled temple blocks allowed for the painstaking reconstruction of the world of Amarna. The attempt to silence her, ironically, preserved the evidence of her power. The unique Amarna art style represented a dramatic break with artistic convention. Nefertiti stands at the very heart of this complex legacy. Her story is a powerful reminder that the voices of the vanquished can echo through time. In the end, the attempt to erase her has only amplified our fascination. The story of Nefertiti is unfinished, an active investigation unfolding in the 21st century. The search for her tomb captures the imagination of the world. The scientific quest to identify her remains pushes the boundaries of what is possible. Nefertiti's power lies in her ability to inspire questions. She is a symbol of female strength, a cultural icon, and an unsolved historical mystery. The beautiful one came, she ruled, and in a way she never left. Queen Nefertiti achieved a form of immortality that has outlasted the stone of her monuments and the gold of her dynasty. Her story is not over. With every new discovery, the search for answers continues. Ancient Egypt, a land of pharaohs, pyramids, and powerful queens. Among them, Nefertari stands out. She was the great royal wife of Ramses II. Her name echoes through time. She is considered one of Egypt's most significant queens. Her reign marked a period of immense cultural and architectural flourishing. Her legacy is intertwined with her husband's. She played a prominent role in shaping ancient Egyptian history. Her story is one of power, beauty, and mystery. We will uncover the mysteries surrounding her origins, story, and we will examine the architectural marvels dedicated to her. Join us on this journey as we unravel the story of Nefertari, a story that continues to intrigue us centuries later. Nefertari, a name that evokes beauty, power and mystery in the ancient Egyptian language. Her name holds a profound meaning. It translates to beautiful companion, or perhaps more intriguingly, the most beautiful of them all. This name was not merely a title. It reflected Nefertari's captivating presence. It spoke to her elevated status as the great royal wife of Ramses II. Her name was carefully chosen. It was meant to convey her significance. It also highlighted her role in the royal court. The Egyptians believed in the power of names. They believed a name could influence a person's destiny. Nefertari's name, therefore, suggests a life destined for beauty, destined for influence, destined for greatness. Her name echoed through the halls of power. It served as a constant reminder of her enduring legacy. Nefertari's name wasn't simply symbolic. It was a reflection of her physical beauty. Ancient Egyptian art depicts her with striking features. She had large almond-shaped eyes. She had a serene, almost ethereal expression. Her images adorn the walls of her tomb in the Valley of the Queens. She is often depicted alongside Ramses II. These images show her grace, they show her elegance, they show her importance as the king's consort. The colours used in these depictions are significant. They were carefully chosen to enhance her beauty. She is often shown with dark, kohl-rimmed eyes. These images serve as a testament to Nefertari's captivating presence. They help us understand why her name became synonymous with beauty itself. Nefertari's name often appears alongside epithets. These epithets provide further insights into her character. One such epithet was Beloved of Mut. Mut was a powerful goddess. She was associated with motherhood. She was associated with protection. She was also associated with kingship. This epithet suggests Nefertari enjoyed a special connection with this important deity. It implies she possessed qualities that were admired by the goddess. These qualities might have included grace, compassion, and wisdom. The epithet Beloved of Mut also highlights Nefertari's religious piety. It emphasizes her role as a link between the pharaoh and the divine. This role was crucial in maintaining order. It also maintained prosperity within the kingdom. Nefertari's name continues to resonate thousands of years after her death. It has become synonymous with ancient Egyptian beauty, power, and intrigue. Her story, though shrouded in mystery, continues to fascinate historians and archaeologists. Her name graces museums around the world. It adorns books, documentaries, and countless works of art. Nefertari's legacy extends far beyond the confines of ancient Egypt. She has become a symbol of feminine power and grace. Her story serves as a reminder of the enduring allure of ancient Egypt. It reminds us of the powerful women who shaped this civilization. Nefertari's name will forever be etched in the annals of history. Nefertari's origins remain shrouded in mystery. Her parentage, a subject of much speculation, is unknown. No definitive records exist to shed light on her family background. This lack of information only adds to her enigmatic aura. The sands of time have obscured much of ancient Egyptian history. Royal records were sometimes incomplete or deliberately altered for political purposes. It's possible that Nefertari's lineage was intentionally erased, or perhaps the records were lost to the ravages of time. This absence of concrete evidence has fueled numerous theories and interpretations. Scholars have pored over fragmented inscriptions and monuments, searching for clues to her ancestry. Yet Nefertari's origins remain an unresolved puzzle. Despite the lack of definitive proof, certain theories hold more weight than others. Some scholars believe Nefertari came from a noble family. This theory is based on her elevated status and the grandeur of her tomb. It's unlikely that a woman of humble origins would have been bestowed with such honours. Her marriage to Ramses II further supports this notion. Ramses II, known for his ambition and desire to solidify his power, would have sought a wife of noble lineage, a wife who could enhance his own prestige and legitimacy. The opulence of her tomb suggests a woman of immense wealth and influence. While her exact lineage remains a mystery, the evidence suggests a woman born into privilege. A woman whose influence extended far beyond the confines of the royal palace. Adding to the intrigue, some scholars propose a connection between Nefertari and the previous ruling dynasty, the 18th dynasty. This theory centers around a possible familial link to Pharaoh I, Tutankhamun's successor. This theory stems from the discovery of a ring bearing A's cartouche in the tomb of Nefertari's eldest son, Amun-Hakepeshef. While this doesn't confirm a direct lineage, it hints at a possible connection. Perhaps Nefertari was a distant relative of A or his wife. This potential link to the 18th dynasty is tantalizing. It suggests a lineage steeped in power, intrigue, and the legacy of some of Egypt's most renowned rulers. However, without concrete evidence, this theory remains speculative. It's a piece of the puzzle that may never be fully understood. Despite the lack of concrete answers, the mystery surrounding Nefertari's origins doesn't diminish her significance. Instead, it adds to her allure. She stands as a testament to the enduring power of ancient Egypt to captivate our imaginations. Her legacy extends beyond her lineage. She was a powerful queen, she was a devoted wife, she was a patron of the arts, she left an indelible mark on Egyptian history. The mystery of her origins only adds to the richness of her story. It reminds us that history is not always clear-cut. Deep in the heart of Nubia, on the banks of the Nile, stands a testament to love and devotion. Carved into the face of a mountain, the temple of Abu Simbel is a marvel of ancient Egyptian architecture. It honors Ramses II and his great royal wife Nefertari. The smaller temple is dedicated to Nefertari and the goddess Hathor. This dedication highlights Nefertari's status and influence. The Temple of Abu Simbel is not just a religious monument. It's also a testament to Ramses II's deep affection for Nefertari. Inscriptions inside the temple declare his love for her in no uncertain terms. The colossal statues of Nefertari that grace the temple's facade are another indication of her importance. These statues, equal in size to those of Ramses II himself, depict her wearing the double crown of Upper and Lower Egypt. This signifies her status as queen and co-ruler alongside her husband. Inside the temple, the walls are adorned with vibrant paintings that depict scenes from Nefertari's life. These images offer a glimpse into the life of a queen who was both powerful and deeply loved. The Temple of Abu Simbel faced a significant threat in the 20th century. The construction of the Aswan High Dam put the entire complex at risk of being submerged beneath the rising waters of Lake Nasser. In a remarkable feat of engineering and international collaboration, UNESCO launched a campaign to save Abu Simbel. Between 1964 and 1968, the entire temple complex was carefully dismantled, moved block by block, and reconstructed on higher ground. This incredible undertaking ensured that future generations could continue to marvel at the splendor of Abu Simbel. Today, the Temple of Abu Simbel stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It attracts visitors from around the globe who come to witness its grandeur, its beauty, and the enduring love story it represents. In the Valley of the Queens lies a tomb as breathtaking as the queen it houses. This is the final resting place of Nefertari, the great royal wife of Ramses II. Unlike other tombs, Nefertari's remained relatively intact for centuries. It offers a rare glimpse into ancient Egyptian beliefs and rituals. The vibrant paintings bring the tomb to life. Every detail speaks of the high regard for Nefertari. It testifies to Ramses II's love and devotion. The paintings within Nefertari's tomb guide us through her journey into the afterlife. We see her being led by Anubis, the jackal-headed god of embalming, towards the Hall of Two Truths. Here, her heart would be weighed against the feather of Ma'at, the goddess of truth and justice. If her heart was found to be pure, lighter than the feather, she would be granted access to the afterlife. She would then join Osiris, the god of the underworld, in eternal paradise. The paintings depict this moment of judgment with palpable tension and hope. Beyond the Hall of Two Truths, the tomb opens up into a series of chambers, each more elaborately decorated than the last. We see Nefertari making offerings to various deities, her piety and devotion evident in every gesture. These scenes aren't merely decorative. They were meant to magically provide Nefertari with everything she would need in the afterlife. Sadly, Nefertari's tomb, despite its grandeur, couldn't protect her remains from the passage of time and the hands of opportunistic robbers. Her mummy, though initially interred with a wealth of treasures, was disturbed in antiquity. Only fragments of her funerary goods were recovered when the tomb was rediscovered in 1904 by Italian archaeologist Ernesto Schiaparelli. Despite the loss and the ravages of time, the tomb of Nefertari remains a treasure trove of information for Egyptologists. The vibrant paintings, the hieroglyphic inscriptions, the layout of the tomb itself, all offer invaluable insights into ancient Egyptian funerary beliefs, religious practices, and artistic achievements. Nefertari's tomb has become a monument to her memory, a testament to the love of a king, the skill of ancient artisans, and the enduring fascination with ancient Egypt. Nefertari's story began in the mists of time, her origins lost to the sands of history. She emerged to become one of ancient Egypt's most celebrated queens. Her name, linked with beauty, grace and power, echoes through the millennia. As the great royal wife of Ramses II, she played a pivotal role in shaping his reign. The monuments dedicated to her, from Abu Simbel to her tomb in the Valley of the Queens, stand as testaments to the love and admiration she inspired. These structures offer us a glimpse into the opulence and grandeur of her time. Nefertari was a woman of substance. Her tomb inscriptions speak of her intelligence, compassion, and devotion. Nefertari's story reminds us that behind every great pharaoh stood an even greater queen. She challenged the traditional image of queens as passive figures. Her legacy continues to captivate us today. Her name graces museums and books, her image in art and culture. She remains an icon of ancient Egypt. Her story is a testament to love, devotion, and the human spirit. My love is unique. No one can rival her, for she is the most beautiful woman alive. Just by passing, she has stolen my heart. France in the late 18th century was a nation ablaze with revolution and ambition. The streets of Paris echoed with the cries of liberty, equality and fraternity as the old order was dismantled and a new era began to take shape. The French Revolution had reshaped the political landscape, toppling monarchies and challenging the very foundations of European society. It was a time of great upheaval and even greater possibilities. Amidst this chaos, a young general named Napoleon Bonaparte was rising to prominence. His military prowess and strategic genius were quickly becoming the stuff of legend. His eyes were set on glory, and his gaze fell upon the ancient land of Egypt. To him, Egypt was not just a distant land, but a gateway to immortality.
Egypt, once a cradle of civilization, is now a strategic prize. Its location at the crossroads of Africa and Asia made it a key to controlling trade routes and exerting influence over the region. It holds the promise of disrupting British trade routes to India and expanding French influence. Control over Egypt could shift the balance of power in Europe.
Napoleon, however, saw beyond the geopolitical chessboard. He was not just a soldier, he was a visionary. He was captivated by the stories of Egypt's glorious past. The land of the pharaohs, with its pyramids and ancient mysteries, called to him like a siren song. The pharaohs, the pyramids, the mysteries of a lost civilization, these ignited a fire in his imagination. He dreamed of uncovering the secrets that had been buried for millennia.
Not just as a conqueror, but as a patron of knowledge, a beacon of enlightenment in a world shrouded in darkness. Uncovering the secrets buried beneath the sands. The treasures of Egypt were not just gold and jewels, but the wisdom of an ancient civilization.
In 1798, Napoleon embarked on his Egyptian expedition. It was a bold and audacious move, one that would test his leadership and vision. He carried with him not just the might of the French army, but the hopes and dreams of a nation, but also a contingent of scholars, scientists and artists. This was no ordinary military campaign, it was a quest for knowledge. This was a dual mission, to conquer Egypt and to unravel its ancient mysteries. The expedition was as much about discovery as it was about domination.
The expedition resonates with the spirit of the Enlightenment. It was a time when reason and science were seen as the keys to unlocking the mysteries of the world. Europe is in the throes of intellectual curiosity, eager to rediscover its classical past. The scholars who accompanied Napoleon were driven by a thirst for knowledge, eager to rediscover its classical past. They sought to bring the light of understanding to the dark corners of history. Egypt, with its ancient civilization and enigmatic monuments, holds an irresistible allure. It was a land of wonder and mystery, waiting to be explored.
The expedition was a testament to Napoleon's belief in the power of knowledge, even as he waged war. He saw himself as a bridge between the past and the future, even as he waged war. The battles fought in the sands of Egypt were not just for territory, but for the soul of a civilization. He saw the conquest of Egypt not just as a military objective, but as an opportunity to advance human understanding. It was a chance to rewrite history. Little did he know that his expedition would spark a global fascination with ancient Egypt, igniting a passion that would span centuries, giving birth to the field of Egyptology. Scholars from around the world would flock to Egypt, drawn by the allure of its ancient secrets, and forever changing our understanding of this ancient civilization. The legacy of Napoleon's Egyptian expedition is one of discovery, knowledge, and an unending quest for the truth. Napoleon's armada set sail from Toulon harbour, its destination the shores of Egypt. This ambitious expedition was not just a military endeavour, but a grand vision of conquest and enlightenment. The ships were laden not only with soldiers and weaponry, but also with scientific instruments, books and art supplies. Napoleon envisioned a new era of discovery, where the might of the French military would be complemented by the intellectual prowess of its scholars. The French troops landed in Alexandria in July 1798, quickly overwhelming the city's defences. The initial success was a testament to the meticulous planning and sheer force of Napoleon's army.
Promising to free the Egyptians from Ottoman rule, my words were meant to inspire and win the hearts of the local population, portraying the French as their saviors.
His words, however, rang hollow as the French army advanced southwards, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Villages were razed and the local populace suffered under the harsh realities of war. The Battle of the Pyramids, fought on the outskirts of Cairo, was a testament to French military might. The sight of the ancient pyramids standing witness to the clash of modern armies was both awe-inspiring and tragic. The Mamluk cavalry, though renowned for their prowess, was no match for the disciplined volleys of the French infantry. The battle showcased the superiority of French tactics and the devastating effectiveness of their firepower. Cairo fell into French hands, and with it, control of the Nile Delta. This strategic victory allowed the French to establish a foothold in Egypt, but it also marked the beginning of a prolonged and arduous campaign. But the conquest was far from over. The French faced continuous resistance from local forces and the looming threat of foreign intervention. The British Navy, sensing a threat to their interests in the region, engaged the French fleet at the Battle of the Nile. This confrontation would prove to be a pivotal moment in the campaign. The French, caught unawares in Abu Simbel Bay, suffered a crushing defeat. The loss of their fleet was a devastating blow, isolating Napoleon's forces in a hostile land. This naval disaster effectively stranded Napoleon's army in Egypt, cutting off their supply lines and reinforcements. The French soldiers, now isolated, had to rely on their resourcefulness and resilience to survive. The siege of Acre, however, proved to be a turning point. The Ottoman defenders, backed by British naval support, repelled repeated French assaults. The fortifications of Acre stood strong against the relentless French attacks. Napoleon, facing mounting casualties and news of unrest back in France, was forced to abandon the siege. The dream of a swift and glorious conquest was slipping away. His dreams of conquering the East lay shattered. The once ambitious campaign had turned into a struggle for survival and a race against time. His Egyptian adventure, though ultimately a military failure, had planted the seeds for something far greater, a renaissance in the study of ancient Egypt. The scholars who accompanied the expedition made groundbreaking discoveries, uncovering the mysteries of a civilization long forgotten. Among these discoveries was the Rosetta Stone, a key to unlocking the secrets of Egyptian hieroglyphics. This artifact would become one of the most important tools in the study of ancient languages and cultures. The work of these scholars culminated in the monumental Description de l'Égypte, a comprehensive record of the expedition's findings. This publication would inspire generations of historians, archaeologists, and Egyptologists. Today, the legacy of Napoleon's Egyptian campaign lives on in the continued fascination with ancient Egypt. The treasures uncovered and the knowledge gained have left an indelible mark on our understanding of history. Napoleon's invasion of Egypt, though driven by imperial ambitions, also marked the beginning of a new era of intellectual exploration. This campaign was not just about territorial conquest, it was also about the conquest of knowledge. Alongside his soldiers, Napoleon brought with him a carefully selected group of over 160 scholars, scientists, artists, and engineers. These individuals were not mere observers. They were active participants in a grand experiment to uncover the secrets of an ancient civilization. This group, known as the Commission of the Sciences and Arts of Egypt, was tasked with a unique mission to systematically study and document the ancient civilization they were conquering. Their work would go on to influence generations of historians, archaeologists, and scholars, meticulously recording their observations of ancient monuments, deciphering hieroglyphs, and studying local customs. Their efforts were not limited to grand temples and pyramids. They also documented everyday life, providing a comprehensive picture of Egyptian society. Their work, conducted amidst the chaos of war, laid the foundation for our modern understanding of ancient Egypt. Despite the constant threat of conflict, these scholars remained focused on their mission, driven by a passion for discovery. For the first time, Europe was getting a glimpse of Egypt not through the distorted lens of myth and legend, but through the objective eyes of science. This shift in perspective was revolutionary, challenging long-held beliefs and sparking a new era of Egyptology. These scholars, driven by a thirst for knowledge, braved the scorching desert heat, the threat of disease, and the constant dangers of war. Their resilience and dedication were remarkable as they navigated both the physical and intellectual challenges of their work. Their dedication to their task, even as battles raged around them, stands as a testament to the enduring power of human curiosity. They were not deterred by the chaos around them. Instead, they used it as a backdrop for their groundbreaking research. In Luxor, on the east bank of the Nile, stands the Karnak temple complex, the largest ancient religious site on Earth. For over 2,000 years, pharaohs and priests expanded this sacred city of temples, chapels, and obelisks, all dedicated to the Theban triad Amun-Re, Mut, and Khonsu. Entering Karnak is stepping into a world shaped by devotion and ambition. At its core lies the great Hypostyle Hall, an architectural marvel that feels built for giants. Imagine leaving the blazing sun for a forest of stone columns, their sheer size humbling all who enter. Sunlight filters from above, illuminating intricate carvings, pharaohs making offerings, scenes of battle, and sacred rituals etched with astonishing skill. The hall's design evokes the primeval swamp of creation, with columns like papyrus stalks rising toward a star-painted ceiling. To walk here is to journey through creation itself, connecting the mortal and divine. The great hypostyle hall story is woven into the rise of Egypt's new kingdom, a time of power and architectural ambition. Construction began around 1290 BC under Seti I, though earlier rulers may have laid its foundations. Such projects spanned generations. Seti started the hall, but his son, Ramesses II, completed most of the columns and decorations. Ramesses II's cartouches and reliefs dominate the southern half, while later pharaohs added their own marks. The hall's layered history reflects Egypt's enduring devotion to Amun-Re and the temple's central role in state and religion. Building the hall was a slow, deliberate act, mirroring the lasting importance of Karnak itself. Seti, a powerful restorer of Egypt's glory, envisioned the great hypostyle hall as a processional way to honour Amun-Re. After Seti's death, Ramesses II, one of history's most prolific builders, completed the hall, filling it with reliefs of his victories and devotion. In ancient Egypt, the pharaoh was credited as the architect, though skilled officials and priests managed the work. The hall's reliefs reveal the transition between Seti's refined, deeply cut carvings and Ramesses' faster, dramatic sunk reliefs. This succession is visible in the art. Seti's work is delicate and detailed, Ramesses' is bold and expansive. The hall stands as a testament to their ambition and the evolving artistry of their reigns. Each pharaoh's additions reinforced their divine authority and left a lasting mark on Karnak's legacy. The result is a monument that embodies both continuity and change in Egypt's golden age. The great hypostyle hall's genius lies in its scale and manipulation of space and light. Spanning over 5,000 square meters, it contains 134 colossal columns in 16 rows, creating a stone forest that dwarfs visitors. The central nave, flanked by 2 rows of 12 towering columns with open papyrus capitals, soars to 21 meters. The remaining 122 columns, shorter and capped with closed buds, line the side aisles. This height difference allowed for clerestory windows, stone grilles that let sunlight pierce the gloom, spotlighting the processional path. Light and shadow were used to focus attention and evoke mystery, enhancing the hall's sanctity. Massive sandstone blocks were transported by river and raised with earthen ramps, a feat of ancient engineering. As construction advanced, ramps were raised, stones set, and artists followed to carve and paint the exposed surfaces. The hall's design was both practical and symbolic, representing the cosmos and the journey from chaos to order. Every architectural choice reinforced the connection between the pharaoh, the gods, and the universe. The result is a space that inspires awe and reverence even millennia later. Karnak was Egypt's religious capital, the earthly seat of Amun-Re, whose power was tied to the pharaoh's own. Known as the most select of places, it was seen as the world's point of creation. The temple complex wielded immense economic and political power, employing thousands and rivaling the pharaoh in influence. The great hypostyle hall served as a grand processional entrance to Amun's inner sanctum, a threshold between the public and the sacred. During festivals, the pharaoh and priests led processions through the illuminated nave, while commoners glimpsed the rites from the shadowy aisles. Every relief reinforces the pharaoh's role as divine intermediary, making offerings and receiving power from Amun-Re. The hall was both a spiritual centre and a monumental statement of royal legitimacy. Its carvings immortalised the sacred bond between king and god, ensuring order and prosperity. The hall's walls and columns are a visual library, chronicling Egypt's history and theology in stone. Reliefs depict Seti I's and Ramesses II's military triumphs, chariots, captives, and the legendary Battle of Kadesh, serving as royal propaganda. Inside, Religious scenes show pharaohs making offerings to Amun-Re, Mut, Khonsu and other gods, repeated in rhythmic patterns. Hieroglyphic texts record titles, prayers and even the world's earliest known peace treaty between Ramesses and the Hittites. These carvings document not just events, but the sacred duties of kingship, ensuring divine favour for eternity. The hall's inscriptions are a treasure trove for Egyptologists, revealing the rituals, politics and diplomacy of the new kingdom. Every surface tells a story of war, worship and the eternal quest for order. The hall's art is both a record and a ritual, perpetually enacting Egypt's cosmic drama. For millennia, the great Hypostyle hall stood resilient, but in 1899, disaster struck. 11 massive columns on the northern side collapsed, their fall echoing across Karnak. The culprit centuries of Nile floods had weakened the sandstone foundations, while salt crystals from groundwater slowly crumbled the stone. A particularly high flood finally tipped the balance, toppling the columns. The collapse was a tragedy, but it sparked a new era of conservation. French engineer Georges Legrand led a pioneering restoration, numbering each fragment and rebuilding the columns on reinforced foundations. This meticulous work saved the hall and set standards for modern archaeological preservation. The restoration revealed the hall's vulnerabilities and its enduring strength. Today the hall stands as both a marvel of ancient engineering and a triumph of modern conservation. The hall holds secrets beyond its grandeur. Traces of ancient artists' red and black paint, revealing the creative process behind the carvings. Later graffiti, from Coptic crosses to 19th century travellers' names, tells of the hall's afterlife as a place of worship and wonder. The hall's alignment and clerestory windows allowed sunlight to mark solstices, integrating architecture with astronomy and ritual. During restoration, engineers discovered recycled blocks from Akhenaten's dismantled temples, hidden within the hall's walls. These Talatat blocks offered rare glimpses into a lost era, showing how history was both preserved and erased. The hall's stones are a palimpsest, layered with stories from pharaohs, priests and pilgrims across millennia. Every detail, from ancient drafts to modern graffiti, adds depth to its legacy. The hall is not just a monument, but a living record of Egypt's evolving identity. The great Hypostyle hall's influence reaches far beyond Egypt, inspiring artists, architects and scholars worldwide. Its scale and mystery fueled Egyptomania in the West, shaping art, literature and even opera. For Egyptologists, the hall is a primary source, its reliefs and inscriptions unlocking the secrets of the new kingdom. For Egyptians, it is a symbol of national pride and a vital link to their ancient heritage. The hall draws visitors from around the globe, each seeking to experience its awe and connect with history. In 1979, Karnak was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognizing its universal value. The hall's preservation is a shared responsibility, ensuring its wonders endure for future generations. It stands as a testament to the enduring power of faith, creativity, and human ambition. To walk through the great Hypostyle hall today is to touch a past that spans more than 3,000 years. The columns still stand, silent witnesses to the rise and fall of civilizations and the turning of the stars. The hall is an experience, cool shadows, towering columns and shafts of light animating ancient reliefs. It inspires wonder, contemplation and a sense of connection to humanity's creative spirit. Architecturally, it pushed the limits of stone. Religiously, it was the heart of Egypt's greatest sanctuary. The hall chronicles the ambition of pharaohs and the artistry of their people. As we leave, its scale and silence linger, reminding us of the depth of time and the legacy of human achievement. The great Hypostyle Hall is not just a relic. It is a living monument, still teaching and inspiring. It is, and will remain, one of the world's true wonders. Its story is our story, a testament to what humanity can dream and build. But even after centuries of study, the great Hypostyle Hall continues to surprise us. Recent research has revealed secrets long hidden in plain sight. Laser scanning and digital mapping have uncovered faint inscriptions and graffiti, some carved by priests, others by ancient tourists, each leaving their mark on history. Archaeologists have discovered traces of vibrant pigments, suggesting the hall was once awash in brilliant colour, its columns painted in reds, blues and golds that would have dazzled any visitor. Beneath the massive floor stones, ground-penetrating radar has hinted at hidden chambers and forgotten foundations, sparking new theories about the hall's earliest phases. Some scholars now believe that the orientation of its columns aligns with celestial events, turning the hall into a vast astronomical calendar that marked the passage of seasons and sacred festivals. And while the hall was built for the gods, it also became a living canvas for generations of Egyptians, each era adding its own chapter, from pharaohs to commoners. Even today, conservationists and historians work in its shadow, piecing together lost stories and preserving its grandeur for the future. The great Hypostyle Hall is more than stone and legend. It is a place where ancient mysteries meet modern discovery, where every column still has a story to tell if you know where to look. As we journey deeper into the story of the great Hypostyle Hall, new wonders continue to emerge, reminding us that this ancient marvel still holds secrets waiting to be uncovered. Did you know that some of the colossal columns are inscribed with the names of pharaohs whose reigns lasted only months, yet their marks endure for millennia? Or that the hall's acoustics were deliberately engineered, amplifying chants and prayers so they resonated like the voice of the gods themselves? Recent studies using ultraviolet light have revealed ghostly images of ancient art, invisible to the naked eye. These hidden scenes suggest that the hall was once a vibrant theatre for rituals, processions, and even political ceremonies that shaped the destiny of Egypt. Archaeologists have also uncovered small artifacts, amulets offering vessels and fragments of jewellery lost beneath the flagstones, each object a silent witness to the lives of priests and pilgrims who once filled these spaces. Perhaps most astonishing, satellite imagery has traced the ancient Nile's shifting path, revealing how the river once flowed closer to Karnak. This proximity may have been crucial, allowing stone blocks weighing dozens of tons to be transported directly to the temple's heart, an engineering feat that still inspires awe. The great Hypostyle Hall is not just a relic of the past, it is a living laboratory for discovery. With every new technology and every fresh perspective, we peel back another layer of its story, reminding us that history is never truly finished, and the greatest wonders may still be waiting just beneath the surface. The sands of Egypt hold more than just ancient ruins and buried treasure. They whisper stories of a civilization that thrived for millennia. Journey with us now as we peel back the layers of time and uncover the culinary world of the ancient Egyptians. Imagine the Nile River, a glistening ribbon of life meandering through the desert. Its fertile banks gave birth to a civilization that would become a beacon of art, architecture and culture. The food of ancient Egypt wasn't merely sustenance. It was a reflection of their beliefs, their social structure and their deep connection to the land. Through their cuisine, we can catch a glimpse of their world. Their culinary legacy, much like their towering pyramids, stands as a testament to their ingenuity and sophistication. They transformed simple ingredients, gifted to them by the Nile, into dishes both practical and indulgent. They understood the art of flavour, the delicate dance of herbs and spices, and the importance of preserving food in a land where the sun blazed relentlessly. It's time to uncover the secrets of their kitchens, explore the ingredients that graced their tables, and discover the flavours that tantalized their palates. Join us as we embark on a culinary adventure through time. Prepare to be transported back in time to a world where food was more than just sustenance. It was a celebration of life itself. The Nile River, often referred to as the father of life by the ancient Egyptians, was much more than a waterway. It was the lifeblood of the civilization, its ebb and flow dictating the rhythm of their lives. Wheat, barley and emmer, these grains, nurtured by the Nile's annual floods, were the staples of their daily bread. Bread, in its various forms, was the cornerstone of their meals, a testament to the land's generosity. Lentils, chickpeas and fava beans, these protein-rich legumes, added variety and sustenance to their diet. The ancient Egyptians were masters of cultivating the land, coaxing life from the desert with their intricate irrigation systems. Their agricultural prowess ensured a steady supply of these essential crops, forming the foundation of a cuisine that was as diverse as it was nourishing. Onions, garlic and leeks, these pungent bulbs, added depth and complexity to their dishes. Lettuce, cucumbers and radishes, these refreshing vegetables, provided a welcome respite from the desert heat. Dates, figs and pomegranates, these sweet treats, offered a burst of natural sugar and were enjoyed fresh or dried. The Nile Valley, with its fertile soil and predictable floods, provided the ancient Egyptians with a rich tapestry of flavours. They embraced the land's offerings, incorporating a variety of vegetables and fruits into their diet, creating a cuisine that was both flavourful and nutritious. Fish, abundant in the Nile, was a staple protein source, particularly for those living near the river. Fish was often dried, salted or smoked, preserving it for leaner times. Fowls such as ducks, geese and pigeons were also a part of their diet. Meat from cattle, sheep and goats was a more luxurious food, reserved for special occasions or the elite. The ancient Egyptians were skilled hunters and fishermen, supplementing their plant-based diet with protein from the Nile and the surrounding land. From the humble fisherman to the wealthy landowner, protein sources varied, reflecting the social hierarchy of the time. Imagine the aroma of roasted meat filling the air during a feast, a symbol of wealth and prosperity. While the common people of Egypt relied on the Nile's bounty for their sustenance, the pharaohs and the elite enjoyed a lavish and diverse diet. For the pharaohs, food was not merely fuel. It was a symbol of their status, power, and divine right to rule. Spices like cumin, coriander and saffron imported from distant lands infused their dishes with exotic aromas and tastes. Honey, a symbol of wealth and luxury, was used liberally to sweeten their food and drinks. The pharaohs dined on delicacies that were beyond the reach of ordinary Egyptians. Their tables boasted roasted gazelle, wild duck, and even ostrich, hunted in the distant deserts and brought back to the palace as a testament to their power. Wine, a symbol of celebration and abundance, flowed freely at these lavish banquets. Sweets, made with honey, dates and figs, provided a sweet ending to their extravagant meals. The pharaoh's meals were a far cry from the simple fare of their subjects. Their diets were a reflection of their wealth, power and access to resources that were beyond the reach of ordinary Egyptians. The pharaoh, considered a living god, had access to the most exclusive and luxurious foods, a diet designed to reflect his divine status. His meals were prepared by a dedicated team of cooks who adhered to strict rituals and guidelines to ensure their purity and quality. While the pharaohs and the elite indulged in lavish feasts, the lives of ordinary Egyptians revolved around a more modest but no less flavorful culinary tradition. Imagine bustling marketplaces, filled with the sights, sounds and smells of daily life, where farmers brought their produce, fishermen their catch, and bakers their freshly baked bread. The common people, while not privy to the exotic ingredients that graced the pharaoh's tables, possessed a deep understanding of how to transform simple, locally sourced ingredients into satisfying and flavorful meals. They understood the art of preserving food, drying fish and meats in the scorching desert sun, pickling vegetables in vinegar and salt, ensuring that nothing went to waste. Their meals were a celebration of the Nile's bounty, a testament to their resilience and their ability to adapt to the challenges of their environment. The ancient Egyptians, masters of agriculture, cultivated a dazzling array of fruits that thrived in the fertile Nile Valley. Dates, with their sticky sweetness and chewy texture, were a staple food, a source of natural sugar and energy. Dates were enjoyed fresh, dried, used to sweeten cakes and breads, or even fermented into a mildly alcoholic beverage. Figs, plump and bursting with juicy sweetness, were another beloved fruit. Figs were eaten fresh, dried into chewy treats, or used to make jams and preserves. Pomegranates, with their jewel-toned seeds and tart, refreshing flavour, were highly prized. Pomegranates were enjoyed fresh, their juice used to make refreshing drinks, or their seeds sprinkled over salads and desserts for a touch of colour and tang. Grapes, cultivated in vineyards that stretched along the Nile Delta, were a symbol of abundance and celebration. Grapes were enjoyed fresh, dried into raisins, or most famously fermented into wine, a beverage enjoyed by both the living and the dead. Watermelons, with their juicy, refreshing flesh, provided a welcome respite from the desert heat. Watermelons were enjoyed fresh, their juice quenching thirst and providing much-needed hydration under the scorching sun. These fruits, gifts of the fertile Nile Valley, were more than just food to the ancient Egyptians. They were symbols of life, abundance, and the generosity of the gods. They were woven into the fabric of their daily lives, their flavors enjoyed by pharaohs and peasants alike. Fishermen skilled in the art of netting and trapping would cast their nets into the Nile's waters, hauling in a variety of fish from small perch to large Nile perch, their silver scales glinting in the sun. Fish, a valuable source of protein, was prepared in a variety of ways. It was grilled over open fires, baked in clay ovens, dried in the sun, or salted and preserved for leaner times. While fish was a staple for many, meat was a more luxurious food, reserved for special occasions or for those who could afford it. Cattle, sheep and goats, domesticated animals that grazed on the fertile land along the Nile, provided a source of meat, milk and hides. Hunting, while not as prevalent as fishing or animal husbandry, also played a role in providing meat for the Egyptian table. Honey, often referred to as liquid gold by the ancient Egyptians, was far more than just a sweetener. It was a symbol of purity, a gift from the gods and a prized ingredient in their culinary repertoire. Honey was used to sweeten cakes, pastries and desserts, adding a touch of luxury to their otherwise simple fare. But honey's role in ancient Egyptian cuisine extended far beyond sweetening. It was used as a glaze for roasted meats, its sweetness caramelizing over the fire, creating a rich, flavorful crust. Honey was also used as a preservative, its antibacterial properties extending the shelf life of fruits, vegetables, and even meats. The ancient Egyptians, renowned for their trade networks that spanned the ancient world, had access to a treasure trove of spices, each one adding its unique flavor and aroma to their cuisine. Imagine caravans laden with exotic spices arriving from distant lands, their arrival a cause for celebration in the bustling marketplaces of ancient Egypt. Cumin, with its warm, earthy flavor, was a staple spice used generously in stews, soups and roasted meats. Imagine the comforting aroma of cumin seeds toasted in a clay pot, their essential oils released, filling the air with their warm, inviting scent. Coriander, with its citrusy, slightly sweet flavor, was another favorite, used to add a refreshing note to dishes. Imagine the delicate green leaves of the coriander plant, chopped finely and sprinkled over salads, stews and even desserts. Their fresh, vibrant flavor a welcome contrast to the richness of many Egyptian dishes. Fennel, with its licorice-like flavor, was used to add a subtle aniseed note to dishes, particularly those featuring fish or seafood. Imagine the delicate fronds of the fennel bulb, used to infuse broths and stews with their unique flavor, adding a layer of complexity to the overall taste. The ancient Egyptians were remarkably innovative in their culinary practices. They developed techniques for preserving food and brewing beverages. Fermentation was well understood by the ancient Egyptians. They used it to create beer, a staple drink. Bread making involved sourdough starter, giving bread its tangy flavor. They also created sweets using honey, dates, figs and nuts. These innovations left an indelible mark on the world of food and drink. Our journey through the kitchens and fields of ancient Egypt draws to a close, leaving us with a profound appreciation for a civilization that understood the art of sustenance and celebration. We've explored the bounty of the Nile, from its humble grains to its succulent fruits, witnessing how these simple ingredients were transformed into meals that nourished both body and soul. Imagine the echoes of laughter and conversation around a fire as families gathered to share their daily bread, the aroma of spices mingling with the smoke, creating a sensory experience that transcended time. Food wasn't merely fuel for the ancient Egyptians. It was a thread that wove together the fabric of their society, connecting them to the land, their gods, and each other. We've delved into the grand feasts of the pharaohs, where exotic delicacies and imported spices were a testament to their power and influence. Yet, even amidst such opulence, the essence of Egyptian cuisine remained rooted in the land's bounty, a reminder that even the most powerful rulers were ultimately dependent on the Nile's generosity. From the humblest farmer to the mighty pharaoh, food played a pivotal role in shaping the lives, beliefs, and traditions of this remarkable civilization. Their culinary legacy, much like their towering pyramids, stands as a testament to their ingenuity, resourcefulness, and deep-rooted connection to the natural world. As we bid farewell to the sights, smells, and tastes of ancient Egypt, let us carry with us a newfound appreciation for the simple yet profound act of sharing a meal. Their story reminds us that food is more than just sustenance. It's a celebration of life, a bridge across cultures and generations, and a powerful reminder of our shared humanity. The echoes of their culinary traditions can still be heard in the cuisines of modern Egypt and beyond, a testament to the enduring legacy of a civilization that understood the true meaning of a life well lived, one shared with loved ones, around a table laden with the fruits of the earth. Their story is a reminder that even as time marches on, the fundamental human need for nourishment and connection remains unchanged. So the next time you break bread with loved ones, take a moment to appreciate the legacy of the ancient Egyptians, whose culinary innovations continue to enrich our lives today. Their story, etched in stone and whispered by the desert winds, reminds us that even the grandest civilizations are built upon the simple foundation of a shared meal. Imagine sailing across the tranquil waters of Lake Nasser in southern Egypt, where the serene environment envelops you in a sense of timelessness. The sun bathes the landscape in a warm golden light, casting long shadows and creating a mesmerizing play of colors on the water's surface. As you glide across the lake, a majestic sight emerges on the horizon, gradually revealing itself in the distance. A sandstone temple, its massive pylons reaching for the sky, stands as a testament to a bygone era, echoing the grandeur of ancient civilizations. This is the Temple of Kalabshah, a magnificent structure that has witnessed the ebb and flow of history for over 2 millennia, standing proudly by the lake. The Temple of Kalabshah, originally situated at Bab al-Kalabshah, was one of the largest and most impressive temples in Nubia, showcasing the architectural prowess of its builders. Nubia, an ancient region spanning southern Egypt and northern Sudan, was a land of rich history and vibrant culture, where the past and present intertwine. The Nubians, renowned for their strength and resilience, developed a unique civilization that interacted closely with their Egyptian neighbors, sharing and exchanging cultural and technological advancements. The Temple of Kalabshah stands as a powerful symbol of this dynamic relationship, embodying the rich tapestry of Nubian and Egyptian history. The Temple of Kalabshah was dedicated to Mandulis, the Nubian sun god. This magnificent structure stands as a testament to the rich cultural and religious heritage of ancient Nubia. Mandulis, often depicted as a falcon-headed man, represented power, protection, and healing in Nubian belief. His image adorned many temples and monuments, symbolizing his importance in the daily lives of the Nubian people. He was a central figure in the Nubian pantheon, revered as a benevolent deity who brought light and life to the land. The sun, a vital element in Nubian culture, was seen as his divine manifestation. The temple at Kalabshah served as a place of worship and devotion, where offerings were made and rituals performed to honor this powerful god. Priests conducted ceremonies to ensure the favor of Mandulis, seeking his blessings for prosperity and health. The construction of the temple spanned several centuries, beginning during the Roman period in the reign of Emperor Augustus around 30 BC. This long construction period allowed for a blend of styles and influences. Over the years, subsequent rulers, including Roman emperors and Nubian kings, added their own contributions to the temple complex. Each ruler left their mark, enriching the temple's history and significance. This blend of architectural styles and artistic influences reflects the diverse cultural tapestry that shaped the history of Kalabshah. The temple stands as a symbol of the enduring legacy of Nubian and Roman collaboration. The Temple of Kalabsha, built with sandstone quarried from the surrounding desert, is a masterpiece of ancient architecture. Its massive pylons, adorned with intricate carvings, lead into a series of courtyards, halls and sanctuaries. The walls of the temple are covered with hieroglyphics and reliefs depicting scenes from Egyptian mythology, religious rituals and the lives of pharaohs. Within the temple's sacred chambers, priests perform daily rituals, offering prayers and sacrifices to appease the gods. The scent of incense filled the air as worshippers gathered in the courtyards, seeking the favour of Mandulis and other deities. The temple was not only a place of worship, but also a centre of learning and culture, where scribes copied sacred texts and artists honed their skills. For centuries, the Temple of Kalabsha stood as a beacon of faith and culture, its massive structure seemingly impervious to the passage of time. However, in the 20th century, a modern marvel threatened its very existence: the construction of the Aswan High Dam, a monumental project aimed at controlling the flow of the Nile River and generating hydroelectric power, would create a vast reservoir behind it, Lake Nasser. The rising waters of Lake Nasser would submerge many ancient sites, including the Temple of Kalabsha. Recognizing the immense historical and cultural value of these monuments, the Egyptian government, in collaboration with UNESCO, launched an international campaign to save them from a watery grave. The international campaign to save the monuments of Nubia, launched in 1960, was an unprecedented undertaking. It was a call to action that resonated across the globe, drawing attention to the rich cultural heritage at risk of being lost forever. Archaeologists, engineers and experts from around the world joined forces in a race against time to document, dismantle and relocate threatened monuments. This collaborative effort showcased the power of international cooperation in preserving history. The Temple of Kalabsha, one of the largest and most significant structures at risk, became a focal point of this international effort. Its grandeur and historical importance made it a symbol of the campaign's success. The relocation process was a remarkable feat of engineering. It required innovative solutions and meticulous planning to ensure the temple's integrity was maintained throughout the move. First, the temple was meticulously documented, with every stone, carving and inscription carefully photographed and catalogued. This detailed record was crucial for the accurate reassembly of the temple at its new location. Then, the temple was carefully dismantled, with each block numbered and its original location recorded. This painstaking process ensured that the temple could be reconstructed exactly as it had stood for centuries. The disassembled blocks were then transported to a new site, higher ground that would remain above the waterline of Lake Nasser. This new location would protect the temple from the rising waters, preserving it for future generations to admire and study. After years of meticulous work, the Temple of Kalabsha was reassembled on a small island just south of the Aswan High Dam. This new location, carefully chosen to resemble the temple's original setting as much as possible, offered a safe haven for the ancient monument. Today the temple stands proudly on its island home, its sandstone walls glowing in the warm Egyptian sun. The relocation of the Temple of Kalabsha stands as a testament to the power of international cooperation and the importance of preserving our shared cultural heritage. It serves as a reminder that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges, humanity can come together to protect the treasures of the past for future generations. In recognition of its outstanding universal value, the Temple of Kalabshah, along with other monuments relocated during the Nubian salvage campaign, was inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1979. This prestigious designation recognizes the temple's significance as an exceptional example of ancient Nubian architecture and a testament to the rich cultural heritage of the region. The inscription of the Temple of Kalabshah on the World Heritage List highlights the importance of preserving cultural heritage for present and future generations. It serves as a reminder of the enduring power of the past to inspire, educate, and connect us to our shared human history. The Temple of Kalabshah offers a fascinating glimpse into the religious beliefs and practices of ancient Nubia. The temple's reliefs and inscriptions provide valuable insights into the worship of Mandulis, the Nubian sun god, and his role in the lives of the people. They also shed light on the interactions between the Nubian and Egyptian cultures, revealing a complex tapestry of shared traditions and unique beliefs. One intriguing feature of the Temple of Kalabshah is the presence of a small chapel dedicated to the worship of Augustus, the first Roman emperor. This chapel, built during the Roman period, reflects the influence of Roman rule in Nubia and the syncretic nature of religious beliefs in the ancient world. Today, the Temple of Kalabshah stands as a popular tourist destination, attracting visitors from around the world who come to marvel at its architectural grandeur and soak up its historical significance. As you explore the temple's courtyards and chambers, let your imagination transport you back in time to an era of pharaohs, gods, and ancient rituals. The Temple of Kalabshah is more than just a monument. It is a living testament to the enduring power of human ingenuity, resilience, and the timeless allure of the past. Its journey from its original location on the banks of the Nile to its new home on Lake Nasser serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of preserving our shared cultural heritage for generations to come. The Rosetta Stone is one of the most famous ancient artifacts in the world. The Rosetta Stone was rediscovered in July 1799 by French soldiers who were part of Napoleon Bonaparte's Egyptian campaign. They were tearing down an old wall at Fort Julian near the town of Rashid, or Rosetta, in the Nile Delta, when they unearthed the stone. It is a large stone slab, originally part of a larger stele made of granodiorite. This durable material has preserved the inscriptions remarkably well over the millennia. The stone is inscribed with a decree issued in 196 BC at Memphis, Egypt, in honor of the Ptolemaic king Ptolemy V Epiphanes. This decree was meant to affirm the royal cult of the young king and was a significant political document of its time. What makes the Rosetta Stone so special is that the decree is inscribed in 3 different scripts, a feature that has made it invaluable to linguists and historians. Hieroglyphs, the formal writing system of ancient Egypt, these intricate symbols were used primarily for religious texts and monumental inscriptions. Demotic script, a cursive script used in everyday life. This script was the common script of the people, used for daily transactions and record-keeping. And finally, Ancient Greek. The presence of these 3 scripts is what ultimately allowed scholars to decipher hieroglyphs, which had been a mystery for centuries. News of the Rosetta Stone's discovery quickly spread throughout Europe. sparking a race among scholars to be the first to decipher the hieroglyphs. Among those who took up the challenge were Thomas Young, an English polymath, and Jean-François Champollion, a French philologist. Young made significant progress in deciphering the Demotic script, identifying several phonetic signs and correctly identifying the cartouche, or royal name ring, of Ptolemy. However, it was Champollion who would ultimately crack the code of hieroglyphs. The breakthrough came in 1822 when French scholar Jean-François Champollion announced that he had deciphered the hieroglyphs, opening up a new era of Egyptology. The Rosetta Stone thus stands as a testament to human curiosity and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Champollion built upon Young's work, using his knowledge of Coptic, the last stage of the ancient Egyptian language, to identify phonetic correspondences between the Greek and hieroglyphic texts. In 1822, he had a breakthrough when he realized that the hieroglyphic signs in Ptolemy's cartouche represented the sounds of his name in Greek. This discovery revolutionized our understanding of hieroglyphs, demonstrating that they were not simply pictographs or ideograms, but a complex system of writing that included phonetic elements. Champollion's work laid the foundation for the modern study of ancient Egyptian language and culture. The decipherment of hieroglyphs had a profound impact on our understanding of ancient Egypt. It allowed scholars to read the countless inscriptions and texts that had previously been indecipherable, opening up a vast new window into Egyptian history, religion, and culture. We now know much more about the daily lives of the ancient Egyptians, their beliefs and practices, and their interactions with other cultures. The Rosetta Stone, therefore, played a pivotal role in unlocking the secrets of one of the world's oldest civilizations. The Rosetta Stone, a granodiorite stele inscribed with a decree issued in Memphis, Egypt, in 196 BC, has a fascinating history that spans centuries and continents. Following Napoleon's defeat in Egypt in 1801, the Rosetta Stone, along with other antiquities collected by the French, became the property of the British under the terms of the Treaty of Alexandria. This treaty marked a significant moment in history, as it not only ended the French campaign in Egypt, but also transferred a wealth of knowledge and artifacts to British hands. The stone was transported to England and presented to King George III, who donated it to the British Museum in 1802. The journey of the Rosetta Stone from Egypt to England was a monumental task, involving careful planning and execution to ensure its safe arrival. Upon its arrival, it was immediately recognized for its potential to unlock the secrets of ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. The Rosetta Stone has been on display at the British Museum ever since, becoming one of its most popular exhibits. Its presence has not only attracted scholars and historians, but also inspired countless visitors to delve into the mysteries of ancient civilizations. The stone's inscriptions, written in 3 scripts, Greek, Demotic, and hieroglyphic, provided the key to deciphering Egyptian hieroglyphs, a breakthrough that revolutionized our understanding of ancient Egypt. Millions of visitors from around the world flock to see the stone each year, marveling at its historical significance. The Rosetta Stone stands as a testament to human curiosity and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Its journey from the sands of Egypt to the halls of the British Museum is a story of cultural exchange, discovery, and the enduring legacy of ancient civilizations. The Rosetta Stone's legacy extends far beyond its physical presence in the British Museum. Its discovery and decipherment sparked a renewed interest in ancient Egypt, leading to countless archaeological excavations and scholarly studies. The stone has become an iconic symbol of our ability to unlock the mysteries of the past. It serves as a reminder of the importance of preserving cultural heritage and the power of human ingenuity. The Rosetta Stone's fame has transcended academia, becoming a popular cultural icon. Its image has been used in countless books, films, television shows, and video games. The phrase Rosetta Stone has even entered the English lexicon as a metaphor for anything that holds the key to understanding a complex problem or mystery. The Rosetta Stone is more than just a stone slab with inscriptions. It is a key that unlocked the secrets of ancient Egypt, a civilization that flourished thousands of years ago along the banks of the Nile River. It is a tangible link to one of the world's oldest civilizations, a bridge connecting us to a time when pharaohs ruled and monumental pyramids were constructed. The Rosetta Stone is a testament to the enduring power of language, showcasing the intricate hieroglyphics that once conveyed the stories, laws, and beliefs of an ancient people. It stands as a symbol of our insatiable curiosity about the past, driving scholars and archaeologists to uncover the mysteries that lie beneath the sands of time. Its discovery and decipherment revolutionized our understanding of ancient Egypt, providing the key to translating hieroglyphics and opening up a vast new window into a world that had long been shrouded in mystery. This newfound knowledge allowed us to piece together the history, culture, and daily life of a civilization that had been lost to the ages, revealing the grandeur and complexity of ancient Egyptian society. The Rosetta Stone continues to captivate and inspire us today, drawing visitors from around the world to marvel at its inscriptions and the stories they tell. It serves as a reminder of the enduring power of human curiosity, the drive to explore, learn, and understand our past. The importance of preserving our shared cultural heritage cannot be overstated, as it connects us to our roots and helps us understand the journey of humanity through the ages. The Rosetta Stone is a beacon of this heritage, a timeless artifact that continues to illuminate the path of discovery. Welcome to Alexandria, a city steeped in history and legend. Join us now as we journey back in time to uncover the marvels of ancient Alexandria. In 331 BC, Alexander the Great founded Alexandria, near the ancient Egyptian settlement of Rakotis. He envisioned a grand metropolis, a vital link between Greece and the East. Alexandria was laid out on a grid system, adorned with magnificent buildings and monuments. Alexandria's strategic location made it a melting pot of cultures and a vital centre for trade. Goods flowed into Alexandria from as far as India and China, bringing new ideas and technologies. The city's prosperity was bolstered by its access to the Nile River, Egypt's lifeline. Alexandria rapidly ascended to become the preeminent city of the Hellenistic world. Its harbour bustled with ships from distant lands, and its streets were lined with grand colonnades and public buildings. The city became a melting pot of cultures and languages, creating a vibrant and dynamic society. Alexandria's cosmopolitan nature fostered a spirit of intellectual curiosity and cultural exchange. The Library of Alexandria became the world's largest repository of knowledge. Scholars from far and wide came to study and collaborate, making groundbreaking discoveries. The Great Library, commissioned by Ptolemy I Soter, was a universal repository of knowledge. It housed countless scrolls on every conceivable subject, attracting scholars from across the Hellenistic realm. The library became a melting pot of ideas, pushing the boundaries of human understanding. The Ptolemies made Alexandria a haven for scholars, providing generous stipends and accommodations. The museum was a hive of intellectual activity, where scholars from various disciplines collaborated. Significant intellectual breakthroughs, like Euclid's Elements and Eratosthenes' calculation of the Earth's circumference, took place here. The pursuit of knowledge was deeply intertwined with Alexandria's identity. The library and the museum served as powerful symbols of intellectual supremacy. Public lectures and debates were common, attracting crowds eager to engage with the latest discoveries. While the Great Library ultimately met a tragic end, its legacy continues to inspire us today. The library's influence can be seen in the countless libraries and research institutions around the world. Alexandria stands as a vibrant metropolis, a blend of ancient history and modern life. Central to Alexandria's prosperity was its role as a vital hub of international trade. Ships laden with goods from India and China sailed into Alexandria's harbour. The influx of wealth generated by trade transformed Alexandria into a city of unparalleled splendour. Under the Ptolemaic dynasty, Alexandria flourished, experiencing a golden age of cultural and intellectual achievement. The city's streets were lined with magnificent temples, theatres, and public buildings, reflecting diverse cultural influences. Alexandria was home to architectural marvels, including the Lighthouse of Alexandria. This towering edifice stood as a symbol of the city's grandeur and its pivotal role in connecting East and West. The lighthouse embodied the Ptolemies' desire to make Alexandria the most magnificent city in the world. The construction of the lighthouse was a monumental undertaking, a testament to ancient engineering. Rising in 3 distinct tiers, it housed storerooms, quarters, and a fiery beacon at its summit. The lighthouse's light, visible for miles, guided ships safely into Alexandria's harbour. For mariners navigating the often treacherous waters of the Mediterranean, the Lighthouse of Alexandria was a welcome sight. Its brilliant beacon, visible for over 30 miles on a clear night, served as a crucial navigational aid, guiding ships safely through storms and treacherous currents towards the safety of Alexandria's harbour. The lighthouse's light, a symbol of hope and security, cut through the darkness, reassuring sailors that land was near. Legends and tales swirled around the lighthouse, fueled by its awe-inspiring presence and the vital role it played in the maritime world. Some stories spoke of a giant mirror atop the lighthouse, so powerful it could set enemy ships ablaze, while others whispered of a magical stone that amplified the light, making it visible from hundreds of miles away. The lighthouse's impact on Alexandria extended far beyond its practical function as a navigational aid. It became a symbol of the city itself, a testament to its wealth, its technological prowess, and its central role in the ancient world. The lighthouse was a source of immense pride for the citizens of Alexandria, a tangible reminder of their city's preeminence. The Lighthouse of Alexandria stood for centuries, a steadfast sentinel guarding the entrance to Alexandria's harbour. However, time, earthquakes, and the relentless assault of the sea gradually took their toll on the once mighty structure. A series of earthquakes, culminating in a particularly devastating tremor in the 14th century, weakened the lighthouse's foundations, leading to its eventual collapse. Today, the lighthouse exists only as submerged ruins, a testament to the passage of time and the ephemeral nature of even the grandest human creations. Yet, the legend of the Lighthouse of Alexandria lives on, its image preserved on ancient coins, in the writings of historians and poets, and in the imaginations of those captivated by the wonders of the ancient world. The Lighthouse of Alexandria may be gone, but its legacy endures. It serves as a potent symbol of human ingenuity, a reminder of our capacity to overcome challenges and create structures of enduring beauty and purpose. Though lost to the sea, the lighthouse's light still shines in the annals of history, a beacon from a bygone era, reminding us of the enduring power of human ambition and the timeless allure of Alexandria, the city that once lit the world. Alexandria, with its strategic location bridging east and west, became a crucial conduit for the dissemination of Hellenic culture throughout the Mediterranean world and beyond. Founded by Alexander the Great, a fervent admirer of Greek culture, Alexandria was envisioned as a beacon of Hellenism, a radiant centre from which Greek language, philosophy, art and ideals would spread. The city's diverse population, a melting pot of Greeks, Egyptians, Jews, Romans and others, interacted and exchanged ideas, fostering a unique cultural blend that bore the hallmarks of Hellenism while incorporating elements from other civilizations. The Ptolemies, astute rulers who understood the power of culture, actively promoted Hellenism as a unifying force within their vast kingdom. They encouraged the use of the Greek language in administration and commerce, making it the lingua franca of the Eastern Mediterranean. Greek literature, philosophy and scientific treatises were translated into other languages, making them accessible to a wider audience and ensuring their enduring influence. Alexandria's bustling marketplaces served as vibrant hubs of cultural exchange. Merchants from distant lands, their ships laden with exotic goods, brought with them stories, customs and beliefs that intermingled with the city's already diverse cultural tapestry. Greek theatres staged performances of classical plays, introducing audiences from different backgrounds to the intricacies of Greek drama and mythology. The influence of Hellenism, disseminated from Alexandria, extended far beyond the city's walls, leaving an indelible mark on the cultural landscape of the Mediterranean and beyond. As Alexandria's fame grew, so too did its influence, with its cultural innovations and artistic achievements emulated in cities across the Hellenistic world. The Ptolemies, through a combination of political acumen and cultural diplomacy, played a pivotal role in fostering the spread of Hellenism. Ptolemaic princesses, renowned for their education and refinement, were often married into ruling families throughout the Hellenistic world, carrying with them the cultural values and artistic sensibilities of Alexandria. These princesses, acting as cultural ambassadors, established courts that became centres of Hellenistic learning and patronage, further extending Alexandria's cultural reach. The impact of Hellenism was particularly profound in the realm of architecture and urban planning. Cities across the Hellenistic world adopted the grid-like street plans, grand colonnades, and monumental public buildings that characterized Alexandria. Temples dedicated to Greek gods, theatres for staging Greek plays, and gymnasiums for athletic competitions became ubiquitous features of Hellenistic cities, reflecting the pervasive influence of Alexandrian architectural ideals. Hellenism, as it spread from Alexandria, was not a static or monolithic entity. Rather, it was a dynamic force that adapted and transformed as it encountered different cultures and traditions. In Alexandria itself, the fusion of Greek and Egyptian elements was particularly evident, resulting in a distinctive hybrid culture. The Ptolemies, while promoting Hellenism, also recognized the importance of respecting Egyptian traditions and beliefs. They adopted Egyptian titles, participated in Egyptian religious ceremonies, and even presented themselves as pharaohs to their Egyptian subjects. This pragmatic approach to cultural fusion fostered a degree of tolerance and syncretism, allowing Greek and Egyptian traditions to coexist and even blend in fascinating ways. The fusion of Greek and Egyptian artistic motifs is evident in numerous artifacts from this period. Statues depicting Greek gods often incorporated elements of Egyptian iconography, while traditional Egyptian funerary practices were adapted to incorporate Greek beliefs about the afterlife. This cultural blending, far from diluting either tradition, resulted in a rich and vibrant artistic vocabulary that reflected the unique character of Hellenistic Egypt. Alexandria, once a beacon of Hellenistic civilization, stands today as a testament to human ambition and the thirst for knowledge. Though ravaged by time, the city's legacy endures, woven into the fabric of Western civilization. The echoes of its glorious past resonate in our art, architecture and literature. From its founding by Alexander the Great to its heyday under the Ptolemies, Alexandria shone as a beacon of knowledge. Its streets, once bustling with scholars and merchants, may now bear the patina of centuries. But the spirit of innovation continues to inspire. The great library of Alexandria, though lost, remains a symbol of the pursuit of knowledge. The scholars who toiled within its walls laid the foundation for countless discoveries. Though their scrolls turned to ash, their legacy lives on in universities and libraries. Alexandria's story is a reminder that even grand civilizations are not immune to time. Yet it is also a testament to the enduring power of ideas and cultural exchange. As we navigate our own time, we can draw inspiration from Alexandria's legacy, reminding us that curiosity and knowledge can illuminate the world. Deep in the heart of Nubia, where the Nile River flows through the sands of time, lies a land steeped in history and mystery. This ancient region with its vast deserts and fertile riverbanks has been a cradle of civilization for millennia. Here stand the colossal temples of Abu Simbel, a marvel of ancient engineering and artistry. These towering monuments, carved directly into the sandstone cliffs, are guarded by 4 colossal statues of Ramesses II. Each statue, with its intricate details and imposing presence, tells the story of a time when pharaohs ruled with divine authority. Their imposing figures, each reaching over 65 feet in height, have captivated travelers and explorers for centuries. These statues are not just stone carvings, they are a testament to the grandeur and ambition of ancient Egypt. Abu Simbel is more than just a temple complex. It's a testament to the power and ambition of one of ancient Egypt's most celebrated pharaohs. The walls of the temples are adorned with intricate hieroglyphics and carvings that depict the might and achievements of Ramesses II. The temple's location was strategically chosen. Nestled on the border between Egypt and Nubia, it served as a sentinel, watching over the lands and resources that were vital to the kingdom's prosperity. It sits on the border between Egypt and Nubia, a region rich in gold and other resources. The Nile River, flowing serenely nearby, was a lifeline, providing water, transportation and sustenance to the people of this ancient land. The imposing facade served as a powerful statement to any who dared to enter Egypt's southern frontier. It was a declaration of strength and a warning to potential invaders. It declared the might and authority of Ramesses II, reminding all of his dominion over these lands. The inscriptions and carvings are not just decorative, they are a chronicle of a ruler's legacy, etched in stone for eternity. As the sun sets over Abu Simbel, casting long shadows over the statues, one can't help but feel a sense of awe. The guardians of Nubia stand as silent sentinels, watching over the land and its people, a reminder of a glorious past that continues to inspire and captivate. Under the starlit sky, the temples of Abu Simbel come alive with a mystical glow. The guardians of Nubia, bathed in the soft light, seem almost ethereal, as if whispering the secrets of the ages to those who listen. Visitors from around the world come to witness this marvel, their faces reflecting the wonder and admiration that these ancient guardians inspire. The legacy of Ramesses II and the grandeur of Abu Simbel continue to leave an indelible mark on all who behold them. Ramesses II, who reigned from 1279 to 1213 BC, is considered one of Egypt's greatest pharaohs. His reign was marked by ambitious building projects, military campaigns, and a flourishing of art and culture. Abu Simbel, his most impressive architectural achievement, was intended to immortalize his legacy and honor the gods of ancient Egypt. Over time, the sands of the desert, swallowed Abu Simbel. The temples lay forgotten for centuries, their existence known only through local legends. Then, in 1813, Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt stumbled upon the site. He was captivated by the sight of the colossal statues peeking out from beneath the sand. A monumental rescue, the Great Relocation. In the 1960s, the construction of the Aswan High Dam posed a significant threat to Abu Simbel. The rising waters of Lake Nasser, the reservoir created by the dam, would have submerged the temples entirely.
To save this ancient wonder, UNESCO launched an unprecedented international rescue operation. The temples were carefully cut into massive blocks, each weighing between 20 and 30 tons. These blocks were then transported and reassembled on higher ground 200 feet above the original site.
The relocation was a remarkable feat of engineering and international cooperation, ensuring the preservation of Abu Simbel for generations to come. The temples of Abu Simbel are not just architectural marvels, they are a testament to the grandeur and ambition of ancient Egyptian civilization. Nestled on the western bank of Lake Nasser, these temples have stood the test of time, witnessing the rise and fall of empires. Abu Simbel consists of two temples. These monumental structures were originally carved out of the mountainside during the reign of Pharaoh Ramesses II in the 13th century BC. They were intended to demonstrate the power and divine nature of the pharaoh. The larger temple, the Great Temple, is dedicated to Ramesses II himself, as well as the gods Amun, Ra-Horakhti and Ptah. The facade of the Great Temple is dominated by four colossal statues of Ramesses II, each standing over 20 meters tall, gazing out across the desert. The interior is a labyrinth of halls and chambers adorned with intricate reliefs and towering statues. These halls were designed to impress and inspire awe, with every surface covered in detailed carvings that tell the story of Ramesses II's reign and his divine right to rule.
The small temple, is dedicated to Ramesses II's beloved wife, Queen Nefertari, and the goddess Hathor. This temple is equally impressive, with its own set of statues and carvings that celebrate the queen's beauty and grace. The walls of both temples are covered in detailed carvings. These carvings are not just decorative, they are a visual record of the beliefs, achievements, and daily life of the ancient Egyptians. These carvings depict scenes from Ramesses II's reign, including his military victories, religious ceremonies, and family life. They provide a glimpse into the world of ancient Egypt, showing us the pharaoh's prowess in battle, his devotion to the gods, and his role as a family man.
The vibrant colors, miraculously preserved for millennia, bring these ancient stories to life. The hues of red, blue, yellow, and green are as vivid today as they were thousands of years ago, allowing us to connect with the past in a way that words alone cannot convey. As we explore these temples, we are not just looking at stone and paint. We are stepping into a world that has been carefully crafted to honor the gods and immortalize the legacy of one of Egypt's greatest pharaohs. One of the most remarkable features of Abu Simbel is its astronomical alignment. Twice a year, on February 22nd and October 22nd, the rising sun penetrates the Great Temple's inner sanctuary. The sunlight illuminates the statues of Ramesses II and the gods Amun and Ra-Horakhti, bathing them in a golden glow. This phenomenon, a testament to the ancient Egyptians' advanced understanding of astronomy, is believed to have coincided with significant events in Ramesses II's reign, such as his coronation or the start of the harvest season. The story of Abu Simbel is one of survival against all odds. Over the millennia, the temples have withstood the ravages of time, including natural disasters such as sandstorms and earthquakes. Yet they have remained remarkably well preserved, a testament to the skill and dedication of the ancient builders. From its creation by a powerful pharaoh to its rediscovery by intrepid explorers and its ultimate relocation to escape the rising waters, the history of Abu Simbel is a tale of human ingenuity and perseverance. The temples are a source of inspiration, reminding us of the incredible achievements of the past and the importance of preserving our cultural heritage. It serves as a powerful reminder of the enduring legacy of ancient Egypt and the importance of preserving our shared cultural heritage for generations to come. The ongoing preservation efforts at Abu Simbel ensure that this remarkable site will continue to inspire and educate people for many years to come. As we look to the future, we must remain committed to protecting and celebrating the rich history and cultural achievements of our ancestors. Have you ever pondered what secrets the ancient city of Petra, Jordan, might hold? Nestled amid rugged desert canyons and mountains, this archaeological wonder whispers tales of a time long past. Petra, often referred to as the Rose City due to the colour of the stone from which it is carved, is a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of a civilization lost in the sands of time. Like an artist's masterpiece etched onto the canvas of the earth, Petra stands in the southern part of Jordan, a country rich with history and culture. Its exact origins, however, remain shrouded in mystery. Some believe that it was established as early as the 4th century BC, while others argue that its roots stretch even further back into the mists of time. What we do know is that Petra's grandeur, preserved over millennia, continues to captivate us with its allure. The city's intricate architecture, carved directly from the mountainsides, tells a story of a people skilled beyond their time. These were the Nabataeans, traditionally thought to have been the masterminds behind Petra's construction. This ancient civilization, once nomadic, settled in the region, transforming an inhospitable desert landscape into a bustling metropolis. The Nabataeans were more than mere architects. They were traders, diplomats and engineers who managed to harness the scarce desert water through a complex network of dams, channels and reservoirs. This, coupled with their strategic location along the trade routes, allowed them to thrive in a region where survival was a constant challenge. Their legacy, the city of Petra, is a testament to their resilience and innovation. Its magnificent structures, such as Al-Khazneh or the Treasury and the monastery, are marvels that continue to astonish archaeologists and visitors alike. But who exactly were the Nabataeans? And how did they manage to carve out an existence, let alone an entire city, in such a harsh environment? The story of Petra begins with the Nabataeans, a nomadic tribe that rose to prominence in the region. As we peel back the layers of history, let's delve deeper into the lives of these remarkable people and the enigmatic city they left behind. The Nabataeans, a nomadic tribe, found a home amidst the rugged desert cliffs. These people, whose origins remain shrouded in mystery, stumbled upon a barren, inhospitable landscape and saw an opportunity. They envisioned a sanctuary, a fortress hidden from the prying eyes of the world. And so began the rise of the Nabataeans. The barren cliffs of southern Jordan's desert were an unlikely place for a civilization to flourish. But the Nabataeans, with their indomitable spirit and tenacity, turned these cliffs into a canvas for their architectural prowess. With nothing more than rudimentary tools and their bare hands, they carved the city of Petra out of the rock. This monumental feat not only showcased their remarkable skill, but also their vision and determination. The result was a city of unparalleled beauty, its grandeur echoing through the ages. But the Nabataeans were not just skilled architects. Their true genius lay in their ability to adapt and thrive in a harsh desert environment. They developed an intricate and sophisticated water management system, capturing every precious drop of the sparse rainfall. This system, complete with dams, channels and reservoirs, ensured a steady supply of water throughout the year, making life possible in the heart of the desert. The Nabataeans were also master traders, their city Petra becoming a crucial junction for the silk and spice routes that linked China, India, Egypt, Greece and Rome. This strategic location, coupled with their control over the water resources, cemented their power and wealth. The Nabataeans, once a nomadic tribe, were now masters of a thriving city, their influence spreading far and wide. Their story serves as a testament to human resilience and ingenuity. In the face of adversity, they not only survived but thrived, creating a civilization that would leave its mark on history. Through their ingenuity, the Nabataeans transformed a desolate desert into a thriving city. At its peak, Petra was a bustling metropolis, a testament to the Nabataeans' skill and vision. Indeed, this city carved from stone was more than just an architectural marvel. It was a hub of trade and culture, a testament to the ingenuity of its builders. The Golden Age of Petra, from the 1st century BC to the 1st century AD, was a time of remarkable growth and prosperity. It was during this period that the Nabataeans transformed Petra from a mere caravan stop into a vibrant city of breathtaking beauty and economic significance. The city's architectural wonders, carved directly into the rose-red cliffs, are an awe-inspiring testament to the Nabataeans' advanced engineering skills. The iconic treasury, or Al-Khazne, with its ornate facade towering over 40 meters high, is a remarkable example of these. Not far from it stands the larger yet equally impressive monastery, an architectural feat that reflects the city's rich cultural heritage. But Petra was not just a city of beautiful buildings. It was a bustling trade hub, strategically located at the crossroads of important trade routes that linked China, India, Egypt, Greece and Rome. The Nabataeans capitalized on this advantageous position, establishing Petra as a vital center for the trade of frankincense, myrrh and spices. This golden age also saw a flourishing of culture in Petra. The city was a melting pot of traditions and influences, from the Greco-Roman architecture to the local Bedouin customs. The Nabataeans were not just skilled architects and traders, they were also artists, poets and philosophers, adding a rich layer of cultural depth to their thriving city. Yet perhaps the most remarkable aspect of Petra's golden age was how the city seemed to defy its harsh desert surroundings. With an ingenious water management system, the Nabataeans turned this rugged landscape into a thriving metropolis, a beacon of civilization in the heart of the desert. Petra was a beacon of civilization in the heart of the desert, a city that seemed to defy the harshness of its surroundings. A testament to the Nabataeans' skill and vision, Petra remains a symbol of human resilience and ingenuity, a city whose golden age continues to inspire us today. But like all great cities, Petra too would face its decline. The downfall of Petra was a combination of both natural and man-made factors. The city's economic prosperity was largely due to its strategic position on lucrative trade routes. However, the winds of change began to blow. The rise of sea trading routes undermined Petra's overland trade monopoly. As goods began to flow around the Arabian Peninsula, Petra's importance dwindled. The city's wealth, once overflowing, began to ebb away, leaving a vulnerable city in its wake. The second blow came with the Roman annexation. In the 1st century AD, the Roman Empire, in its quest for expansion, absorbed Petra. The Nabataeans were now Roman subjects, their city a mere province in a vast empire. The Romans brought with them their architectural style, which gradually replaced the unique Nabataean structures. The identity of Petra was slowly but surely being erased. As centuries passed, Petra's fortunes continued to wane. The city that once thrived with life and commerce started to show signs of decay. The buildings, once magnificent, now stood like silent witnesses to the city's past glory. The bustling streets became quieter, and the vibrant city life began to fade. In the 4th century AD, a massive earthquake struck Petra, causing extensive damage. This was the final blow to the city. The few remaining inhabitants were forced to leave, abandoning the once vibrant city to the ravages of time and nature. Petra, once a bustling metropolis, was now a ghost town. For centuries the city was forgotten. Its grandeur, its history, its very existence slipped into oblivion. The sandstorms of time swept over the forgotten city, hiding it away from the world. Petra, once a beacon of civilization, was now lost in the annals of history. Once a vibrant city, Petra slowly faded into oblivion, its grandeur forgotten. Lost to the sands of time, Petra lay hidden until the 19th century. This enigmatic city was shrouded in mystery, its existence known only in ancient texts and local folklore, until Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt stumbled upon it in the year 1812. Disguised as an Arab traveller, Burckhardt persuaded his guide to take him to the ruins, thus unveiling Petra's grandeur to the Western world. Following this remarkable rediscovery, Petra sparked curiosity and fascination among explorers and scholars alike. Expeditions were launched, archaeologists descended, and slowly the ancient city began to reveal its secrets. From the ornate tombs carved into rose-red cliffs to the intricate water conduit system, each discovery painted a vivid picture of a civilization that was both technologically advanced and artistically sophisticated. Yet, the archaeological work in Petra is far from over. With 70% of the city still buried underground, each new excavation brings us one step closer to understanding the enigma that is Petra. As the years roll on, the city continues to yield new clues about the life and culture of the Nabataeans, their architectural prowess, and their ingenious adaptation to the harsh desert environment. In 1985, Petra was recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a testament to its historical significance and architectural beauty. A couple of decades later, in 2007, its fame reached new heights when it was voted as one of the new 7 wonders of the world. These accolades have not only cemented Petra's place in history, but have also sparked a renewed interest in its preservation and study. Today, Petra stands as a monument to a bygone era, its sandstone walls whispering tales of a glorious past. As we delve deeper into its history, we are continually reminded of the resilience and ingenuity of the human spirit. Petra, once lost and forgotten, has risen from the sands of time to tell its story, a story that continues to unfold with each passing day.